Hello, dear students. This is class 10th subject English. Today we will learn about another lesson, An Excellent Father, from a prose portion. An excellent father is an extract, means a small part taken from Jane Austen's famous novel, Pride and Prejudice. What is the main idea behind this extract, An Excellent Father? This lesson circulates around a woman, Mrs. Bennet, interest of marrying one of her daughters with Mr. Bingley. Whole lesson, this An Excellent Father, circulates around this sentence, that one of the women, namely Mrs. Bennet, wants to marry one of her daughters with Mr. Bingley. Mr. Bingley is a foreigner who has come from another place and had settled in Netherfield Park, which was vacant for a long period of time. Mrs. Bennet does not want to miss this golden opportunity, and she also makes his husband to strive for the same thing. Why Mrs. Bennet is so interested in Mr. Bingley? Because Mr. Bingley is a young, rich gentleman. That is why Mrs. Bennet cannot find a good husband, a deserving husband, more than Mr. Bingley for her daughters. Mr. Bingley is a rich young gentleman from north of England who has come to reside in the Netherfield Park, as we already said. Mrs. Bennet says to his husband, he wants his husband to agree with herself that we will not find a better life partner for our girls than Mr. Bingley, because he is rich, he is young, he is a gentleman. You must visit by yourself, and I think he will be very glad to see you. Mrs. Bennet assures Mr. Bennet, that is husband, that if you will visit Mr. Bingley, he will certainly like you, and he will be very glad to see you, and you will also become satisfactory on seeing him, and you will yourself acknowledge that yes, he is a very good husband if he will be ready to marry one of our girls. But when we go through the lesson, when we thoroughly read the lesson, we find that Mr. Bennet, that is husband of Mrs. Bennet, does not show any interest for Mr. Bingley to be his son-in-law. He does not take interest to his wife on this matter. He does not take interest in Mrs. Bennet's words on this matter. He does not show any interest on this acquaintance of Mrs. Bennet towards Mr. Bingley for becoming the husband of their daughters. But Mrs. Bennet thinks that this is a great opportunity, golden opportunity for our daughters. We cannot find a such handsome guy for our daughters. But when we read the lesson keenly, at last it comes to the conclusion that Mrs. Bennet turns to her daughters and says, "What an excellent father you have." She does not sincerely say this. She only says, "What an excellent father you have," who never said a word about this matter till now. He does not take interest in this matter. He does not cares about this. So, not sincerely, he says that what an excellent father you have, who never thinks of your married life, who not cares about you. From various couple of days, I have been asking her to meet Mr. Bingley, but he does not utter a word on this matter. So that is why this lesson has been given the title, "What an Excellent Father." Actually, this has been taken from a novel, that is Pride and Prejudice. So this was all about this lesson. Hope, dear students, you have understood this lesson, and it had been known to you that why the title of this lesson is an excellent father. Hope you understand this. Goodbye. Assalamu alaikum.